Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to discuss about divisibility test rules. These rules let you test if one number is divisible by another without having to do much of calculations. So this is one of the very fundamental things that I teach in my class, and this helps my students to realize whether a number is divisible by a given number. So let's move ahead. So for 2, the last digit is even. So we have to check if the last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. So for example, let's say I have got 92. So the last digit is 2 over here. It means it is divisible by 2. So moving ahead, for 3, the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So let's say I have got 45. So what we will do, we will add the digits that this number has. So the digits that it has got is 4 and 5. So we'll add them up, which is 9. And since 9 is divisible by 3, we can say that 45 is also divisible by 3. Now we'll move ahead for 4. For 4, the last two digits are divisible by 4. This is what we have to check. So let's take an example. Over here we have got 1312. Here you can see the last two digits are 12, which is divisible by 4. It means this whole number 1312 is divisible by 4. Now we will discuss the test of divisibility test for 5. So for 5, if you look at the table of 5, it goes like 5, 10, 15, 20. So there is a pattern that we see. The last digit is 0 or 5. So for example, we have got 170. Since the last digit is 0, we know that this is divisible by 5. This is the most interesting one in my opinion. Divisibility test rule for 6. So the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. So what you have to do, you have to check whether the number is divisible by 2 as well as by 3, then only it will be divisible by 6. And the reason is because 6 can be written as 2 times 3. So if a number is divisible by both 2 and 3, it will be divisible by 6. So for example, let's say if I have got 114. So since we have got 4 at the end, we know that this is divisible by 2. Now we will also find its digit sum. We will add all the digits that this number has got. So 1 plus 1 plus 4, which is equal to 6, and since we have got 6, 6 is divisible by 3, which means it is divisible by both 2 and 3. Hence this number 114 is divisible by 6. This can save you a lot of time in your exam or in any test, divisibility test of 7. So what you have to do here, if you double the last digit and subtract it from rest of the number and the answer is either 0 or divisible by 7, then you can say the number is divisible by 7. So for example, let's say if I have got 672. So the last digit over here is 2. We will double it up, so it will become 4. Now you will subtract it from the remaining digits. So 67 minus 4 is 63, and since 63 is divisible by 7, we can say 672 is divisible by 7. Divisibility test rule for 8. The last three digits are divisible by 8. So in this one, what you should do, if you have got a big number, you have to look at the last three digits. If these three digits are divisible by 8, it means the entire number is divisible by 8. So here you will be saving a lot of time. Instead of dividing this entire 109,816 by 8, you are just dividing 816, and if it is divisible, we can say that this entire number is divisible by 8. So here we can see that 816 is divisible by 8 by 102 times, and it means this entire number is divisible by 8. The divisibility test rule for 9. Here again, it is something somewhat similar with 3. So the sum of the digits is divisible by 9 over here. Like for the divisibility test rule for 3, what we discussed, that the sum of the digits have to be divisible by 3, whereas in case of 9, the sum of the digits have to be divisible by 9. So for example, if I have got 1629, we will add all the digits of this number. After adding it up, we are getting 18. Since 18 is divisible by 9, it means that this number 1629 is also divisible by 9. The last one, that is for divisibility test rule for 10. Here the number should end with a 0. So for example, if I have got 220, you know it is ending with a 0, it means it is divisible by 10. So this is it. These are the few examples that I thought that I should discuss with you, and these rules are very handy, so please use them when you are drawing factor trees or when you are trying to divide any number in your exams, and this will help you a lot, especially in your paper 1 exam. If you're doing math analysis and approaches SL, where you are not allowed to use calculator, this will be a very big help. Okay, thank you for watching.